All right. All right, everybody. So welcome to the Everyday Life of Deputy Brian Woodard. We're going to wait on just a few moments for a few people to go ahead and log in, because I know that you all were waiting for me to go live. Isn't that right, Londa?
Yes.
and so we're going to have a good live podcast today, man. I'm so excited because we have a special guest right here on the Everyday Life of Deputy Brian Woodard, and I want everybody to give a warm welcome. I got to do a big introduction for this.
Really?
A warm welcome. That is, this man is known and has done so many miracles for so many people, even my family in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, all right.
So we want to welcome the founder and the creator of Pizza Patron and Wingstop. Ladies and gentlemen, please give us some love. Give him some love for Mr. Antonio Swad himself.
Yeah.
Keep clapping on that one. You know, we got 104 people watching right now.
Wait a minute, Brian. Should I clap or should I
Okay,
lick my
I'm sorry.
fingers?
We do like this, y'all.
Lick my fingers.
I'm still doing it because those wings are off the track.
You're trying to get the sauce off your fingers.
Yes.
Man, Mr. Swad, it is an honor for you to be here today with us, and man, I really appreciate you taking the opportunity out of your busy schedule. You could be anywhere in this nation, but you choose to be here on the Deputy Brian Woodard Show, and I am honored, and not just because of your wings. Okay, because your wings, but it's also because of who you are, man. You're an outstanding, straight-up guy, and when I saw you for the first time, and you spoke to me, and I just really didn't take all of it in, man. But you are an inspiration to a lot of people, and a lot of people really don't know. But for me, I can speak for myself. I just thank you. This is a really good blessing, then.
Yes.
We have the founder of Wingstop in our studio.
And all that keeps running through my head is mango habanero.
Mango habanero. I don't know about mango habanero, but we're gonna talk about what flavor that I would like. Like Mrs. Swad, if you can make up a flavor for me, and a lot of noise, I say probably the Brian Woodard flavor would probably be neck bone flavored or something like that.
Just smoked wood. Really?
Man. So tell us about yourself. You know, what started the business? What started Wingstop? What started Pizza Patron? You can pick one or the other. Which one would be first?
Oh, man. We'll take them in order. How about that?
Okay.
Yes.
People don't know that I was in the pizza business long before the wing business, and then continued to be in the pizza business through the birth of Wingstop. And that's why after I sold Wingstop, I just rejoined my original company, but something was different this time.
Right.
I had a little money to work with for the first time in my life. You know, there's that song, I haven't had a day when money didn't get in my way.
Exactly.
You know, the lack of money. Well, that really helped me, along with the knowledge that I learned about franchising, franchise distribution, running a company. I was able to apply that and grow Pizza Patron too. So they first was the pizza business,
Right.
and then 10 years later, maybe the wing business. Yeah.
Man, the wing business. You know wings. I mean, you can get most of us guys to do anything for some wings. I don't know what it is. You know, if you want your relationship to go right, get us some wings.
Yeah.
If you want us to go work on the car, go get us some wings.
Yeah.
Wings and thighs.
If you, what'd you say?
Wings and thighs.
Wings and
They sell thighs now.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
You thought I was being funny, see?
I did. I thought she was being
He's
just
thinking
joking
some other
around.
thighs. I know.
Yo, Wingstop sells thighs now.
I got it.
Mine went to the gutter.
Well, it sure did, because you know what?
And the thighs are very good.
Being the serious guy that I am, she jokes around so much. I don't know when to take her seriously, like she tells me. But that is outstanding. And I was also looking at one of your shows, because you were on the Food Network. I saw you on the Food Channel. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
I saw it on YouTube, and you were saying that the Pizza Patron, people are able to pay in pesos.
Yeah, that was true. I did a series, I think called Leaders with Guts. It was like a 6 or an 8-part series about leadership and running your company and stuff like that.
Right.
But let me give you a little bit of background. And first of all, I want to thank you both for allowing me to come here. I love the environment, and as you know, when we first met, I mean, there was a little spark there. I said, this guy, I like this guy. You know,
I appreciate
you got a great vibe.
He's talking about me, y'all.
Yeah, I'm talking about him.
He's talking about me.
You got a great vibe. You know, and people at least people that are sensitive to that. I am kind of pick up on that. But my story is a story of the American dream story, really, because I come from a working class folk. My father's a truck driver, my mother's a waitress. I mean, there was no big money in my house, and we were a blue collar laboring family from Ohio, and I got to watch them and got to see what hard work kind of really looked like. Now, I'm proud to say I'm a high school graduate, and that's where my formal education stopped. But then I made it a point to educate myself and continue to do that and learn every day. You know, I'm a student of life. You know?
Right. That's outstanding. And there's another thing that a lot of people just do not know. And this is something that I want to make sure everybody knows, because not only are you the founder of Wingstop, not only are you the founder and creator of Pizza Patron. Did I say that right? Patron? Or is it Patron or Patron? Make sure I say it right.
Patron.
You're fine.
But you're also running for Congress. I'm like, you taking that to another level.
Yeah.
I want to know about this, because y'all really don't get this often, because I've never heard of anybody who have any big franchises, that like for Burger King, you never hear them for running for Congress. Or McDonald's, or Jack in the Box, and this is not him saying that, y'all. This is me. So hey, the disclaimer's all on Brian. But I'm like, hey, it is what it is. But for you care so much about the people who you serve, the food that you serve to people. You like to make people smile, and you like to give somebody to look things forward to. Just like I look forward to Wingstop all the time. When we have parties and we have events. Like my brother, for my niece's birthday party, he comes with these big, humongous bags of Wingstop, and they're all over the counter. He was like, yeah, this is a lemon pepper, this is such and such, this is such and such. I was like, wow. But I would have never thought in a million years that you were actually going to be in our studio. But you're running for Congress.
Yes.
And a lot of people need to know more about that, because not only are you a businessman, but you're a people's person as well, too.
Well, it's funny. I was in the hospitality business. I started at 15 as a dishwasher in the kitchen, and I came up through the ranks. I was a line cook. I could work the broiler or the saute side. I can do any job in a restaurant. Eventually went into restaurant management and learned some the management skills, and then saved my money and started. I've been self-employed since 1986 when I started in the pizza business down in Pleasant Grove, for people that know that area.
Wow.
Well, not back then. 1986. How old was I? 4, 5.
See, that's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. No, so but it's all hospitality, and it's all serving people and meeting people's needs, whether I'm meeting your needs because you're hungry, or meeting your needs in different ways. And people think it's crazy when I try to draw the parallel between running for Congress, but to me, I see it as a service job, a service position.
Right. Absolutely.
And if you're doing it right, you're not self-serving yourself, you're serving the people that you represent. And I certainly hope to do it right. So hopefully I get that opportunity to represent the people in the district. It's the 32nd congressional district in some of Dallas. It's Balch Springs, Pleasant Grove, Richardson, goes up into Collin County and part of Denton County as well. So it's a big district, and most of the folks in there are exactly like me. They're people that it's not a wealthy district by any stretch of the imagination. They're people that are looking to make the most out of their lives and their children's lives.
Right.
That's all.
And that's where you find hidden gems.
What's that?
That's where you find hidden gems.
Yeah, hidden gems.
Now I asked this question before to a few people who've been on the show. Now, just like me, running for office can be a little hectic, even though me being not married, me not having any children. But if I had kids to answer to, or if I had a wife to answer to, it would be pretty hard. So the question that I have for you is, when you're working, running for office, taking care of the household, taking care of business, you have to correlate all that into your life. How does your family feel about that? Do they feel like you just been away, or do they want you at home more, or what do they think about you running for Congress? I mean, you already had the big franchises, but now you're going to another level.
Yeah.
So how do they feel about that?
Well, you couldn't do this without the support of your family, and definitely without the support of your wife. I mean, she's got to be on board. You can't slay a dragon at home and a dragon outside of home and win them both.
Don't we know?
You can't. So I've got a very supportive family, and that's important. But I've always kept myself busy, whether with projects. Prior to running, I was working on a couple of food related projects. I've got a lot of things I want to try to get out of me before my expiration date. And but really, there's nothing more important to me than running, because I do feel this desire to serve the people.
Exactly.
I make that distinction between not serve the government, but serve the people.
Absolutely.
There's a big
Thank you.
Clap on that one right
difference
there.
there.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
A big difference on that one. And that right there, I mean, you have support from all over. I know people who watch this show, they're not only just here in Texas. Some people are in Georgia, some people are in Florida. Of course, the majority is going to be Texas, but man, you've touched more people than you know. I mean, and when you were running for Congress and you take that seat and start getting to work, just like you make things work in the franchise business.
Absolutely.
I think that you're going to make things work in the community. I think it's going to be awesome.
Not think. We know.
You know what?
know.
Preach a word.
We know.
Preach a
It's
word.
not think.
Yes.
We know he's going to make a difference.
Well, I tell you, I think I'm running as a businessman, because I am a businessman, and I look at things objectively. I collect the facts, and I listen to other people to get their thoughts, and then ultimately in business I would make the decision and bear the responsibility of that decision.
Exactly.
But I'll tell you what's different about running a business versus running for Congress, if I can, just for a moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please,
by all means.
I ran two companies, both Wingstop and Pizza Patron, and grew them to pretty good size, where we were opening stores really all over the United States, and nobody achieves anything great by themselves. I was blessed. My whole life has been a blessing, to be honest with you. But I was blessed to always work with really terrific people and get them to perform at the highest possible level. But what's different is, if you go into the front of the room and if you're CEO of a company, you talk about your team. You talk about your achievements, you talk about your plans for the future, or something great that you've just accomplished. But the last thing in the world you talk about is yourself.
Yeah.
And Brian, from being a candidate, it took me a while to realize that I'm the product now. And I get up in the front of the room, I guess they want to hear about the product. So I had to click in my head to get actually comfortable, talking about myself.
Right.
And that was a big difference, because in business you just never, it's not about me, it's about these guys and about this brand, and it's about our plans or what community work we've done, with this brand. But it was completely different. And it took me a while to get comfortable with that. It's not that I'm not comfortable with talking or in the front of the room. It's just the subject, when I realized that I was actually the meat that went in the grinder.
Right. Yeah, and I never thought about it that way. I mean, what? He's absolutely right. Because, I have been doing a lot of things myself, trying to do things for other people. But, when you are running for a position, or you're running for Congress, or you are the face of whatever, you are the product, because people look at you as the representative of what can this person do for me?
Right.
Well, we have this person right here, they're going to be great. Or we have that person right there, they're doing the right thing. So, that's basically right. I've never thought about it that way before.
Right.
Alana, you never told me anything like that before. She does guide me.
I tell you that by way of this.
Yeah.
That's why the whole platform is to get to know them up close and personal.
Right.
Because we know what he's done for Wingstop. We know what you've done with Pizza Patron. But do we know who's running for Congress?
Yeah.
Because
The man
you're
behind
right. As a business owner, and we all are in this room, humility sets in. You want to promote your staff, you want to promote your clients, you want to promote everyone else because you've reached your level of success for that moment, and it's not about you, right? So we sit in the background, but now you both are running in a position where it's like, who are you? You know, who are you really? Who is this person that I've seen the successes, I've seen the failures, right? Media doesn't let those go away.
Right.
I've seen those.
You're absolutely right.
Honestly, you're taking a step that's going to take you both away from your families, both away from your friends, both away from your businesses. So that tells me as a citizen, a voting citizen, that you trust that your businesses can still run successful as if you're there while you step up and expand your wings to focus more on a wider range of the community.
Exactly.
And so it's a, you know, I've never been, Brian knows me, I'm a big jokester, but I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you, and it's causing me to do a flashback. Turn the camera off of me. Just let them hear my voice.
Okay.
It's causing me to do a flashback because I'm an Oak Cliff girl. And if you look at the trajectory of Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove, where you started your business, you've seen the highs and the lows. Absolutely. And to be sitting across from someone who gives that little child in Oak Cliff, who gives that little child in Pleasant Grove, and saying, you know what? He started his business right here where I am, so I can be more than who I am today. And what better leader do I want sitting in Congress for my district than Antonio Swad? That's a reality for me. Y'all, you have to be in this room to feel the passion that's coming out of him as he's speaking about never forgetting where he started, never forgetting where it all happened, never forgetting who he is today. And that's the person for me that I want to represent me in Congress. One who says, I got the money and I can do whatever I want to do, but yet and still, instead of going trips, instead of touring the world, buying planes, trains, and automobiles, even though you have them, but I want to actually go back and influence where it all started. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me.
That's good
Just
stuff.
like I said before, of how amazing of a person that you are, that you care for other people, that you've already succeeded in doing those other things. Now it's time to move on to do things even greater. And so that's what the public needs. Man, I commend you. Sometimes you're the only person that's been on the show that I've been speechless.
I know, right? Normally I have something to say, something to snap back.
Yeah.
I can't.
And Alana, she always claps back at me quick. But today, you know, it's a vibe. It's a totally different vibe in the room.
It's the aura that you bring.
Wow,
it's so. You know what? Just to sit in your presence, and it's not, I mean, I've sat in other people's presence, but to sit in your presence and to hear the passion that comes from you. You didn't just get this script because you started running. This has been your story that I never forgot where I came from.
Absolutely.
And it penetrates.
Right.
It penetrates.
Absolutely. And that's what I think people that go, after all, the job that I'm trying to get is called representative. You know, it's called the House of Representatives, the People's House, and it's turned into far from that. You know, and I think if to do the job, you have to be able to relate to the people that sent you there. I mean, I'm asking people to vote for me, which to me is one of the most valuable things you can give a person is your vote.
Right.
And that's why we need to work to protect our vote, protect the integrity of our vote, because it's valuable.
Exactly.
It's like a piece of gold, you know. And
most definitely,
when you ask somebody for their vote, they have every right to know, you know, what you're all about, so they can kind of anticipate. Number one, are you worthy of their vote? You know,
right?
And when you get to Washington, if you get the job, they kind of should already know how you feel about things, at least fundamentally, and then they can trust that you're going to see it kind of the way that they see it too.
Right.
The way I see it is the government should number one thing the government should do is to take care of the people in a responsible way. And I don't mean by giving free stuff to everybody, because that doesn't end well.
There
right.
you
know,
and you
you know, we kind of seeing how that goes.
You're right, especially with family.
You can't run a business. You can't if you ran a business like we ran our federal government, you'd be out of business a long time ago. You're right. Am I right? You know,
Yes,
you
you're right.
can't do it because you can't just go to the back and print you some more money like we do in the federal government, which actually makes the problem worse and worse. And you know, that's the reason that, you know, a can of cream corn the other day, I'm in the store, I wanted to make some cornbread, and I put the cream corn in. It's my secret, you know, the real corn. And there's $1.49 for a can of cream corn. I'm like, what the heck? You know, how do we get here? How do we
From
get
49 cents to 59 cents?
It's $1.49.
Right.
I'm like, man, you know, I got $1.49, but what if I didn't? You know, that's the thing that I'm saying. A lot of people in my district, they make the hard choice between putting gas in their truck or giving their boy an extra sandwich. It's reality, man. I lived that life. You know, I know exactly what that's like. And you need to be sure that you send people to Washington Scott that's making good business-oriented decisions.
Right.
It keeps the country in business, you know, and serves its customers.
Right.
And you know, continues to serve their customers. And I just don't think, you know, that's part of the motivation I had to run is because of just the dissatisfaction level of the people that we send to Washington. You know, they're just feathering their own nest. You know, and they're not really thinking about, from the day they get there, they think about, how am I going to get reelected? How am I going to get reelected? And that, you know, that's not what the job is.
Exactly. More
You
people are
forget
more.
your purpose.
There you go.
You forget your purpose.
There you go. And a lot of people lose their purpose.
Or they
lose.
sell their soul. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say that? Sorry.
Yes, you did. But it's okay. It's okay.
Facts.
Well, so everybody, I want you to go ahead right now. You all remember the name Antonio Swad. I want you all to put it both together. So like I said before, and if you're just now joining us, Antonio Swad is the founder and the creator of Wingstop and Pizza Patron. And so for all of y'all that love to eat party food, healthy food, and it is healthy, take that, Mom. Tell me.
Oh, that corn.
Yes,
oh, my.
Yes, that corn. You know what? Here's the only corn on the cob that I would eat.
They're not corn on the cob.
Well,
Corn
the corn,
snippets.
well, it's the
what you
snippet
call it.
still. I still call it corn on the cob. If it's popcorn, fried corn on the cob.
You know.
If it's candy corn, sweet corn on the cob.
Nasty.
So yeah, but man, so remember the name Antonio Swad. He's running for Congress, and you're say the 32nd district.
32nd district in North Texas.
Yeah.
You can go swadforcongress.com, you know.
Easy name to remember. Swadforcongress.com.
Yeah, SWADforcongress.com.
Man, that is
I like
outstanding.
that.
Outstanding. Y'all, make sure you share this video. Make sure you like. If you like Wingstop Wings, hit the like button. If you like positive people too that are making a difference in everybody's lives, hit the like button too, y'all. And if you're just watching, just scrolling, you just happen to come across the everyday life of Deputy Brian Woodard, like the page, share the page with somebody. You never know who's watching. We are a positive show. We want to make sure everybody in the community knows what's going on, and we want to put good people out there like Mr. Antonio Swad and Dr. Barber as well too, because a lot of people don't know that she's helped me out of a whole lot of things and keep me on the right path. I'd probably be sitting here looking crazy if you know, I have to be kept in line sometimes because they're like, no, Brian, you shouldn't do that. Brian, you should do that. Brian, take this off this. Brian, you shouldn't post that. Brian, it's not, you know, I get that a lot. So, but then again, I never gave up on doing it, and
Right.
I see myself when I was coming up. I worked at Six Flags, and I never did get a chance to work at a grocery store or anything like that, but Six Flags got kind of, you know, you're working in the hot and you're sweeping up trash and things like that, and then years later, if you keep working hard at what you do, you lead it up to bigger and better goals, bigger and better things, where you have some people that just throw in the towel and say, you know what, forget this. I mean, you're not going to get anywhere but just being a quitter. You know, they say what, quitters never win, you know, but, you know, I just think winners never lose. That's just me. Yeah, winners never lose because you've already made it to a certain part. You've already accomplished what you need to accomplish, and then you still have the mindset to go further. So I commend you once again.
Oh, thanks.
Go ahead and tell everybody how you can be reached one more time for the people who are just now waking. For those of y'all that didn't go to work today. Yeah.
It's SWAD for Congress, SWAD for Congress.com. You can go on there, read a little bit about the campaign. If you If you want to throw $1 or $2 in there, you can do that too.
Yes, donate, everybody. Donate. Yes, we're gonna just put it like that. Donate. Go to Swad for Congress. Go ahead and do it.
And if you live in the district, consider honoring me with your vote. It would
Yes.
it would be a big deal to me.
What a blessing. What a blessing. Man, thank you all so much for being on, y'all, and for watching, and for everybody who's watching us live right now. Thank you, Mr. Swad, for blessing us with your presence and coming on along and sharing the good news. And we just really appreciate you. We really appreciate you. And election time, guys, you all, I want to encourage everybody to get out there and vote. So election time is in November the 8th. That is on a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. That's voting day on a Tuesday.
Yep.
And early voting is 2 weeks prior to that, guys. So we have plenty of time to make a difference. You all do it for yourself. Do it for your families. Do what's best for you and your household. You all do it. Do it. Do it. Remember November 8th. Remember the name Antonio Swad. Remember them wings. That's all the time we have, you all. Is there anything? Alana, you already know what to do. You want to go ahead and take us out?
Yes, but before I take you out,
Okay.
everyone who's watching tonight, please, 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 if you don't do anything else while every individual is on this campaign trail, whoever is in your district, please just drop them a word of encouragement. I promise you that they will appreciate it. Everyone needs a little encouragement along the way. Sometimes we have highs and sometimes we have lows, but please be sure to send your elected official or your candidate of choice just a brief word of encouragement. You can always hit them up on Facebook. I promise you they all have Facebook. But please be sure to do that. And as we go ahead and tune out, you all know my saying. Remember, until we meet the next time, always remember to smile. You owe it to yourself. No one does it better than you.
Man,
until the next time, bye for now.
All right, y'all, we got to get out of here. About to go get me some Wingstop.